Today in our video lesson, Swa Writers Association brings to you common grammar mistakes that can kill your credibility in writing. 1. Subject-verb agreement errors. The subject and verb of a sentence must agree with one another in number whether they are singular or plural. If the subject of the sentence is singular, its verb must also be singular, and if the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. For example, it is incorrect to write, "An important part of my life have been the people who stood by me." Rather, write, "An important part of my life has been the people who stood by me." Let's look at another example. It is incorrect to write, "The two best things about the party was the food and the music." Rather, write, "The two best things about the party were the food and the music." 2. Sentence fragments. Sentence fragments are incomplete sentences that don't have one independent clause. A fragment may lack a subject, a complete verb, or both. Sometimes fragments depend on the preceding sentence to give it meaning. Example 1. Incorrect, she gave her mother an extravagant gift after the argument. In spite of everything. Correct, in spite of everything, she gave her mother an extravagant gift after the argument. 3. Missing comma after introductory element. A comma should be used after an introductory word, phrase, or clause. This gives the reader a slight pause after an introductory element and often can help avoid confusion. Example 1. It is wrong to write, "In case you haven't noticed, my real name doesn't appear in the article." Instead, correctly write, "In case you haven't noticed, comma, my real name doesn't appear in the article." Let's look at another example. It is incorrect to write, "Before she had time to think about it, Smith jumped into the icy pool." Correctly write, "Before she had time to think about it, comma, Smith jumped into the icy pool." 4. Misusing the apostrophe with its. You use an apostrophe with its only when the word means, "it is," or, "it has." Without the apostrophe, its means belonging to it. Example. It is incorrect to write, "I don't believe it's finally Friday." Correctly write, "I don't believe it is, finally Friday." On the other hand, it is incorrect to write, "The cat was licking its tail." Rather write, "The cat was licking its tail." 5. No comma in a compound sentence. A comma separates two or more independent clauses in a compound sentence separated by a conjunction. The comma goes after the first clause and before the coordinating conjunction that separates the clauses. Example. Incorrect to write, "The man jumped into a black Nissan and he drove away before being noticed." Correctly write, "The man jumped into a black Nissan, comma, and he drove away before being noticed." Another example. Incorrect to write, "She was beautiful and she was happy and she was full of life." Correctly write, "She was beautiful, comma, and she was happy, comma, and she was full of life." To be continued. Thanks for watching. Contact us today for any kind of assistance in essay writing.